What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Fresh Prince Sports, and today we're going to be doing a 7-round mock draft for the Green Bay Packers. If you're new here, please hit the like, subscribe button. I'm going to start posting 7-round mock drafts more often throughout this channel. All 32 teams throughout February and beginning of March, we're going to have those done. And if you want to check out the channel, I have a whole bunch of scouting reports. You can check out the playlist, and also have every position from QB to safety, positional ranking for the NFL draft on the channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Their first round pick, we're going to go with Asante Samuel from Florida State. Usually, I would pick, I went with a defensive tackle in my mock draft. There's so many other needs. They need a tackle, receiver, linebacker even. There's so many different needs, but because of that thing that happened in the NFC Championship, cornerback looks like a big need. They have a stud in Jaire Alexander, but Kevin King doesn't have the same potential. He's more of a guy who I don't see growing even better. I think he's going to stay put, and, he's not a bad corner, but he does not have the potential to grow. He's getting older and hasn't showed anything great. King got burned by Scotty Miller, inside the NFC Championship, so speed was a factor for him. And then he also got bodied by Mike Evans in the NFC Championship and mistimed his jumps a lot of times. So if he can't, defend the bigger receivers, he can't defend the faster receivers, there's really no point at keeping him as the second in a starter. Samuel is great in man coverage and has great athleticism. He will be able to, he's really willing in the run game, wants to get stops. If they don't have a problem with his 5'10" height, then, to be honest, this is a great pick. His father was in the NFL, obviously the legend, Asante Samuel. But, if they don't have a problem with his height, this is going to be a really great cornerback to pair with Jaire Alexander. Second round pick, we're going to go with Tylan Wallace from Oklahoma State. People were upset that they didn't go receiver in last year's draft, even though, that was a big need. They won't pass up on a receiver again, in my opinion. I think that to make, bring back to the season they had last year, they're going to have more elements for next year because, you never know. Devontae Adams might not have the same season. Scatling might not have the same season. So, adding more assets for the future, too, beyond Aaron Rodgers could be something that they should do. They need someone who has, already experienced and already has production, and Wallace is a great guy for them. He became a number one after not really only playing 5 games. His freshman year, his sophomore year, he became the number one receiver on his Oklahoma State team. He had 1,491 receiving yards in his second year. He did play till his senior year and hasn't seen that production since. But Rodgers could really use him as a playmaker or somebody who could just be a pass catcher. Catching the ball when they need to, coming in and just being somebody another target for the team. That's what I should say. Third round, we're gonna go with Liam Eichenberg. Even though Bakari is coming back from his injury, they did struggle without him. Adding left tackle is a depth need. It also can be a cheaper depth move, as Eichenberg can play left tackle and right tackle, so they'll be able to remove a veteran, Rick Wagner, who they're paying just to be their backup. Liam Eichenberg played left tackle and right tackle, like I said. He only played left tackle, but he shows a lot of power as a tackle. That's the main thing you see out of him. So I would say he would be able to play right tackle if Billy Turner comes out with an injury. But it's great depth for both tackles, and maybe even Billy Turner's 29, Bakari's 30, so maybe preparing for the future. So fourth round, we're gonna have to go Monty Rice, the linebacker from Georgia. Chris Barnes and Kamal Martin had really unexpected seasons, and really had a really good season, to be honest. But they are gonna need some help at that inside linebacker spot. Monty Rice offers so much talent for them not to pick him up here in the 4th round. He brings a physical Georgia value to a team who's really lacking it at that linebacker's position. So it's something that they're going to need in that 3-4 type of thing. Bring in more physical linebackers and also some depth to Monty Rice doesn't have to instantly come in as a starter, but someone who can actually play and see the field early. 5th round, we're going to have to go with Darius Stills, the defensive tackle from West Virginia. It's not a concern at defensive tackle, but Lowry and Lancaster, when they're off the field, tired, they don't really have much depth in the backfield as their replacements. And you can see that they struggle to be pressured when they're off the field. They need more juice from the backups. And then also, Lowry could be moving this free agency, so we don't know. But having backups as undrafted free agents like they did this year was not good. They need to add some value, like a 5th round like Darius Stills, who can come in and probably, get some pressure on the quarterback. 6th round, we're going to have to go with Reed Blankenship. Brother is Rodrigo Rick Blankenship, the kicker. But Reed Blankenship is a great guy for a Packers team. He fits in as a 3rd safety, or you can use him in a nickel. He's great depth and brings consistent coverage skills. Pretty much a 6th round steal. I think his value is more of a 4 to 5 value, but because he went to a smaller school like Middle Tennessee, I think teams are overshadowing him as a safety. And I would say he's a 5th round, 5th round, talent, but they can really get him 6th, 7th round, to be honest. Maybe even undrafted. Not really making too much noise, but he is a really skilled player. 7th round, we're going to have to go with Max Borghi, I believe. Running back from Washington State. Make sure you correct me in the comment section. They scored big with A.J. Dillon this year, and running back is not a big need, but Aaron Jones might be gone this season, especially with A.J. Dillon having more, impact on the team than Aaron Jones did this year. He might actually be leaving. They're going to need more options like him because Max is one of the best receiving backs in this draft class, as he's really mostly known as a receiving back. Washington State just throws the ball, honestly. And that's a big reason why to bring him to the field, because it's another receiving option in the backfield, as we haven't really seen in many years. I mean, Aaron Jones has been great, but you got Eddie Lacy in the back years, and he just wasn't bringing much, and they just really haven't had a receiving back since. For a very long time. So I would say that, he's a great receiving back that they could use. He's trying to value himself more as a true running back, but he just isn't. So getting him at 7th round is worth his value. And yeah, that's basically our video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe button, and make sure you comment down below. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.